Hello. So, I have one question today for you guys. What do you think is the one specific thing from all the people around the world share? What is that one thing? Think about it. What you and I share, what every single person or other person, your auntie or anyone shares. What is that one thing? Think about it, but let me start from the start. From the moment you were a child, you were surrounded by stories. Now, some of you must be thinking the one thing we all share is the story, but no, no, that's not the answer. Let me just get deeper into it. Stories, we had stories from our families, we had from where we grew up, like from religion, media, school, money, work, all these stories. These quietly tell you what matters to you and what doesn't, right? What feels wrong or what feels urgent, what feels right, and etc. Most of the times, you don't even notice this happening because since you were a child, your brain was fed stories and your brain was told fairy tales, myths that you ended up believing because it's the way the culture works if you think about it. We have so many stories about religion, we have so many stories about this um what kind of people are wrong and right. Over time, these stories stop feeling like stories. They start feeling like reality. They start shaping the symbolic construct in our mind, the way we perceive reality, right? The way we perceive people, the way we perceive things, the way we perceive the system. And that's where the misunderstanding begins. When someone says that this specific thing doesn't apply to my life, or they are lying, or they are not lying, etc., 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 they're speaking from their own reality, from their own world of stories they have built. And that is their reality, if you think about it. And that reality matters to them. In the 21st century, individual stories have multiplied. Like they have exploded like hell through social media, through other all the platforms. We live on the same planet at the same time and but inside very different worlds, different pressures, different fears, different definitions of what feels important and what's not. For some people, for example, some issues are very real that they fight for it. Some people would say that it's an illusion, that you are telling me a story, like it's a lie, right? That would happen. And we need to accept it because that's real. A story is how humans have always made sense of life. Like if you have read the book Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari, you would know that we humans, Homo sapiens, survived evolution because of the way we came together by stories, right? So they helped us trust strangers, build communities, and survive together. But stories also shape what we see, and what we ignore, most importantly. So they carry truth and they quietly hide parts of it as well. If you think about it, some people try to tell you stories and they are telling you the truth because that this happened, right? But at the same time, we say the stories are a lie, right? That's why questioning matters. Not to reject everything, but to understand what's shaping you. If you think about it, privilege exists, access exists, we all know. Time to reflect exists unevenly. I understand that totally, but I also know people in very difficult situations who question deeply and and people in comfortable ones who never do. The people who have privilege, they don't use it sometimes. And like both worlds, both realities, like all types of possibilities exist. It's not only about where you come from, it's about awareness. I'm not asking you to suddenly care about everything. I'm not asking you to agree with me either. I'm just asking you to notice something in your life, something in your behavior, something which is inside your brain. How the world around you shape what you care about. How the story you live inside decides what feels close and what doesn't. Because once you notice that, something shifts on its own. Like you start seeing the world differently. You start seeing connections like the one you didn't see before. And even though we live very different lives, with different pressures, priorities, realities, right? There is still one choice that quietly exists for all of us. Not as an obligation, but as a guilt, just as awareness. That is this planet. The only one thing we all share in common is this planet, our planet home, Earth. We don't need the same beliefs, we don't need the same stories, we don't need the same lives. We just happen to live here at the same time on the same Earth. And what you do with this realization is entirely up to you. Think about it. Thank you.